remember all these big cracks we had above the doorway? We've scraped them all out, we've filled them, sanded them, and covered them with a clear sealer. As you can see, when we painted the cornice, we've lapped the paint over onto the wall slightly. Now, this is not just lazy painting, there's a very good reason for it. When we finish painting the wall, we're going to cut back up to the cornice line, and painting over here ensures that we've got a really good clean join in here and a really nice solid paint line to cut back to, so you'll get a really tidy job at the end of it. Now, I'm starting up here because I'm right-handed. If you're right-handed, you need to start in the left-hand corner of the room because that's the way your arm works. If you're left-handed, start in the right-hand corner. It can be very tempting sometimes when you're doing paint jobs and working up towards the ceiling to overstretch yourself on the ladder. Don't do it. That's what your extender roller handles are for. Remember, don't ever stand on or above the second top rung of your ladder. It's just not safe. When you're rolling paint on, the idea is to, like when you're sanding, long, smooth strokes. Try not to work all in one direction though. It's best if you spread it out. Make little starbursts as you go. Now I'm using a standard 12mm roller to do this job. It's the one that will usually come with a roller and paint tray kit. It's perfect for this wall. Our preparation is really good. It's great for acrylic paint. It's all going on really smoothly. You can see now why I've left the masking tape out. There are little spatters appearing on the top edge of it. It's catching all of those, any spatters that are falling, and preventing them from coming down to the skirting. This is where all our preparation work we did earlier is really starting to pay off. If you remember how the wall was before, we had cracks and chips and splotches, and even when we'd finished filling it all, it still looked pretty nasty. Felt good. Now it looks fantastic as well. I've got all my rolling done now, so it's time to cut in the edges. This is where we use the tapered brush that we looked at before. Perfect for the job. And what we're going to do is just get right into the corner here and then pull your arm straight across it in a nice, even, straight movement. You'll be keeping a little bead of paint running along the top. When it runs out, stop, don't try and force it. I'm going to go along the bottom edge of the paint line now and just stipple off the edge so that it blends nicely into the roller marks. The other places we're going to need to cut in are beside doorways, under this picture rail, where the wall meets the skirting, anywhere where two surfaces meet. So we've got to get this corner in as well. Same technique all around, and use your little stippling brush to get rid of any brush lines. Lovely. Disposable paint trays make life a whole lot easier. You can simply lift them out, leave them to dry, and throw them away. Brushes need a little bit more care. You'll need to brush out all the excess paint on some old newspaper, wash them in warm soapy water, brush out those bristles, leave them flat to dry. The soapy water can then be poured on your garden, or you can leave it to evaporate and throw away the solid residue later. Now, we've done an awful lot of work. We've prepared, we've sanded, we've filled, we've painted. And if you really hate painting, it all might seem way too much. But if you do all of this stuff, you won't have to paint again for 10 years. Bodge it, and you'll be repainting every 2 years. You're better off doing it once and doing it well. And now we come to my very favourite part of the job, watching paint dry.